Members in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay.
Days of protests and rallies didn't stop lawmakers from passing several controversial bills Saturday. House Bill 1, also known as the Right to Work Bill, passed, making union memberships optional for Kentucky workers.
That was a report out of Lexington, Kentucky, talking about what they did in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky this weekend. They passed right to work, and I'm sure the governor there, Matt Bevin, is just licking his chops to get his hands on that one. And they also passed a couple of pieces of anti-abortion or pro-life legislation as well. And I'm just wondering how much of a preview that is to what we might see in the state of Missouri. Former Missouri House Speaker Tim Jones joining us on the phone right now on his way to Jeff City. How are you, Tim?
I'm great, Mark. Covering great capitals from coast to coast.
I guess you are, and you're making the drive, from Frankfort down to Jeff City?
That's right. We were in Frankfurt over the weekend. The company I'm with now that produces the Allman Report, First Rule Media Network, we helped out in Kentucky for the general election, flipped their House to Republican hands for the first time in 100 years, and they are moving forward briskly with a common-sense conservative agenda, as you've been reporting today.
That's awesome. We need to get you a big blue and white University of Kentucky shirt, and that will endear you to those people forever. Can I tell you that?
That's right. Yeah, my brother lives in Louisville.
Oh!
They're Cardinals fans. I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh. Well, there's no accounting for bad taste. That's all I can say to that.
However, Mark, I'm like you, though. We have something in common. We both despise Duke. That's a good thing.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. That's true. You can't spell Duke without UK. Just remember that. That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
Let's talk about what they did this weekend. So
yes.
I know the new governor down there. This is the guy that tried to primary Mitch McConnell, if I remember correctly, lost that effort, and then ran for governor and won. And I mean, it was a Donald Trump / Eric Greitens type of upset in the state of Kentucky.
It was, Mark, and his name is Matt Bevin, and I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet, but several of the folks on our team have. They say that Governor Bevin is fantastic. I mean, hopefully Eric Greitens will be in his mold, and I think he will be. Matt Bevin is a very accomplished small business owner, so he knows how things work. He knows what makes the economy hum. He's also a very vivacious guy, very gregarious guy, real outgoing, very friendly. And he said, "Look, give me a Republican House, and we're gonna do big things. We're gonna do big things for the Bluegrass State." They went into session, Mark, on last Monday, and in 1 week, the General Assembly has sent Governor Bevin right to work, prevailing wage law reform, and a ultrasound abortion bill. Where a young lady would have to receive an ultrasound of the baby before proceeding with the abortion.
Right. Do we have? Has that been suggested in Missouri? Do we have anything like that?
Yeah, Mark, I'm going from memory here. I think we do have. I think we have an ultrasound bill. Because I remember voting on one. I can't remember if it became law or not. But
okay.
I think we do. We're pretty good. Missouri is one of the top three to four pro-life states per national rankings.
And I know they passed the 20-month limit as well, a 20-week limit, as well, correct?
That's correct. It was exciting I was in the House chamber. The new majority leader, Representative Jonathan Schell, has become a very good friend, and he invited us down for the day and said, "You're going to want to watch this." And boy, we did, Mark. And I'll tell you, all the labor goons were there, Mark, all around us, chanting, yelling, screaming. And then as soon as the gavel dropped, Mark, I guess they were off the clock because they left.
Huh. So they were getting paid and the clock ran out, huh?
And I guess maybe now they're being bussed over to Missouri because we're having right-to-work hearings here this week. So maybe there's going to I got the sense that a lot of these people, Mark, I'm being serious. They from their conversations, I didn't know that they were necessarily from Kentucky. They sounded like they were maybe from neighboring states. The unions are famous for doing that, Mark. They're famous for acting like this is all like spontaneous and grassroots, and it's anything but. It's AstroTurf is generally what it is.
Yeah, he probably just found a bunch of disgruntled Louisville fans and brought them in there. Because Kentucky passed them in the AP poll that came out again today, so they're probably just disgruntled.
Hey, and you know what, Mark? One of the best floor speeches I heard, there was a bunch of them. There's a bunch of great floor speeches. One of the Kentucky reps got up and said, look, I'm from a blue-collar family. I was raised in a union household. But we've got a tale of two Kentuckys right now, and that's why I'm voting for right to work. He said, Mark, Kentucky's been doing something interesting. They've been passing right to work county by county. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Do that, but they've been doing that. And he said, guess what? He said, guess what I'm going to tell you? The counties that are still forced union counties are in double-digit unemployment, 11, 12, 14%. He said, guess what? The counties that have passed right to work over the last 3 to 5 years, single-digit unemployment, 2 to 3%. He goes, we've got two Kentuckys. We need one Kentucky. We need to be united.
Interesting.
No one confronted him on that. No one challenged him on those facts. No one spoke against what he said. And that's what liberals do, Mark, when they're confronted with facts. They kind of have to go in the corner.
So I listened a little bit to part of Governor Greiten's speech earlier today, and I watched as Eric Schmidt and Jay Ashcroft and Josh Hawley got sworn in. I know the legislature's already been in session for a week or so, but I suspect they're going to move pretty quickly on some of these same issues, aren't they?
Mark, absolutely. Your earlier statement that there's a lot of parallels between a state like Kentucky and Missouri are very apt, because Kentucky has been held back, like I just said, for 100 years on not having a Republican House. So they were missing a component over there. We were missing a governor. Now both these states are going to unleash all of this pent-up desire to join the free market, to do all these bills that we've either not passed or that we've passed and the governor's vetoed. We haven't been able to override. There's a lot of pent-up demand. And Mark, a lot of parallels to the national scene as well. This was a revolution of the spirit, not only nationally with the election of Donald Trump, but as you've reported on before, across the states. President Obama oversaw the political decimation of his party. He lost over 1,000 Democratic state legislative seats, over 1,000 in 8 years. And so you've got that same spirit now in D.C., in the states as well. And if we can be willing partners with each other for once instead of working against each other, it's not just a cliche. We really can make America and Missouri great again, because the energy, the drive, and the creativity are there.
Makes you sound like we should give him a medal or something before he leaves office. Don't you think?
Maybe an honorable mention.
He mentioned, he said he's the president of the Tea Party. He takes credit for the formation of the Tea Party. And today I've got a soundbite with him, Liz, cut number 26, where he basically claims that he had nothing to do with the losses by the Democrats over the years. Listen to this, Tim. Go ahead.
So some of this was circumstances, but I think that what is also true is that partly because my docket was really full here, so I couldn't be both chief organizer of the Democratic Party and function as commander-in-chief and president of the United States. We did not begin what I think needs to happen over the long haul, and that is rebuild the Democratic Party at the ground level.
If you're feeding a person a crap sandwich with a smile, it's still a crap sandwich.
It's the only thing that comes to mind when I hear the president say that, Tim. I can't help it.
Oh, my goodness, Mark. A lot to unpack there. In a way, sort of Freudian, right? He's sort of admitting his own failure. In another way, at the same time, it's so Obama-esque. He's basically saying, I'm pretty awesome, but I guess if I'd been more awesome, it would have been better. It's like he's trying to stuff all of that in one statement. But in a way, Mark, there's a lot of admission there, a lot of admission of guilt.
Sure.
And it's amazing that he admits that he was in a bubble. And maybe some more liberals will admit that as well. I don't know. Yeah,
maybe. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. That's for sure.
I'm the eternal optimist.
Yes, you are. Speaker Tim Jones, listen, have a safe drive, and I should see you down in Jefferson City sometime this evening.
Mark, we're gonna celebrate tonight. I look forward to seeing you, and then tomorrow, the hard work of the state begins.
You bet. Tim, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Appreciate that.